Salute, my buddies! If you scored first mark in your high school, you're gonna end up dead tonight. You're watching MWM, I'm Harry Dawson. Welcome back to another episode of Decrypting Movies. And in this episode, we're gonna decrypt a movie suggested by MWM subscriber fan. And the movie is... Alright guys, in today's episode we're going to decrypt the movie Death Bell, a Korean movie released in 2008. It is available in YouTube with subtitles and it was suggested by a MWM subscriber and I thought why don't we check it out. It was a horror movie and I love horror movies and it is pretty good. I just watched it recently. So before we proceed with the decryption, let us watch the trailer. Alright guys, that was a scary trailer. So Death Bell, Korean movie. So this is a highly conceptual movie. And what is the story of the movie? As you can see from the trailer, that it's happening in a school and the students are the subject of the movie. So there is no singular protagonist in this movie where we get to know his motive, and when he's trying, or he or she is trying to achieve the motive, there are obstacles and finally achieves the motive. So that is not the concept here. It's concentrated on the students in high school, where we see that the top performing students are called for a special class on the weekend, and they have mysteriously been locked down on that particular day, and one by one these top ranked students are kidnapped within the school and they are being murdered. And the interesting part of the movie is before they are murdered, so there is a question put out to the students who are not, who is remaining, and along with there are two other staffs. So they are trying to solve the puzzle, and that puzzle is the key to capture or save the kidnapped student. So this is how the whole movie is. Like, one by one the top ranked students are kidnapped and there's a puzzle, and if they don't solve the puzzle, the kidnapped students gets murdered. And it's very interesting because it's a highly conceptual movie, and you get to see that it's intriguing because there are jump scare scenes. It is not a complete horror movie, so there is a horror element in this movie that is giving enhancement to this movie. So basically it's a thriller and puzzle solving kind of you get to see it's almost like Squid Game, where you play a game or a puzzle to solve and try to save the kidnapped student. So the whole movie is about this course of events happening on a particular weekend, where the top ranked students have been called for a special class, and there is only two staff, a watchman, and this set of students inside the school. So if somebody goes out or tries to escape, they are killed. And we see that one staff who tries to escape, he gets killed, and we are also left to wonder who is the murderer. So we get questions like somebody could be from inside, it could be a student, it could be a staff. So we get to doubt each of the characters in the movie, and that is one of the highlights, because you're always kept in the hook what's going to happen, and you're trying to figure out who is this person kidnapping the students and why is he killing, what is the backstory behind it. So it all comes in the climax, the denouement, where you are given the whys, why is the kidnapping taking place, and why top rank students are being kidnapped. So there's a backstory for that. I don't want to ruin that, so it's a big spoiler saying that top ranking students are being kidnapped. So the first mark student gets kidnapped first, and he gets, I think she gets killed, and the second rank. So all of them are when they have kidnapped, so they are given a puzzle, and if they try to solve the puzzle within the specified time, so they'll be saved. So one student, I think the final student, they solve the puzzle. A couple of students and the staff solve the puzzle, and they almost save her, but then still the kidnapper kills her. And only then, that's almost the climax, the only then they reveal that what is the backstory behind these kidnapper. And the most the character whom you doubt less will be actually the kidnapper. So I, being a movie maker and having analyzed a lot of movies, I found out who's the kidnapper very soon, almost halfway across. But for common folks, this movie would be really good to watch. It's a fresh concept, and there is also a hidden social message in this movie. It's not about the ranking system where one question makes a difference. If you answer that, you get the full marks, or you get into the top cutoff. So that those are all doesn't matter. You should have a value education system in place, rather than segregating the students by mark. So that's the social message given. And having released in 2008, I think it's a great message conveyed through a horror thriller movie. So it is not entirely a horror movie. There are jump scare scenes, and definitely it will work out for people who are get scared easily. It's going to be a good entertaining movie for all horror fans. And there are thriller moments. So basically it's a thriller movie with horror elements in it, and a lot of jump scare scenes. And it's going to be awesome if you watch it with your friends, or do a hangout movie night. And yeah, story, concept and performance, obviously it's a conceptual film, so they have given their best. And being a Korean movie, it's difficult to identify each character, differentiate each character. All of them look the same. And it's the characters have not been developed well. And obviously at the climax, when they reveal who's the kidnapper and what's the reason behind it, so you don't get emotionally attached to those stories or the characters. So we know the reason, we are given the reason why they are kidnapping and they are killing. So the last case, the last student, when she was killed even after solving the puzzle, that was horrible, but it was not convincing. The story could have been more emotional. That is what I felt. But I think this is a pinnacle or exemplar for a lot of movies. I've seen different Indian movies, similar kind of storyline. I think all of them are inspired by this movie. So it's a very good movie, entertaining movie, good horror thriller. And I hope you get to watch this, because it's available for free in YouTube, and it's also available in with English subtitles. So I recommend you to watch as soon as you have time. And I hope you enjoyed this decrypting movies episode. If you want me to decrypt any other movie, please mention those movie names in the comments. I will be honored to do that. And I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let us catch up in a different episode of decrypting movies. Until then, it's MWM. I'm Ari Dawson. Bye bye.